We'll do it. I think in my last campout video, I was telling you how hot it was. Well, it's not that hot anymore. It's actually a little cool, which is a refreshing change. That should do it. Well, here's a familiar sight. It's nice when I come in, I set up camp, I relax, get ready for the next day, plan on going on a big hike, and when I get up in the morning, it's raining and it's windy. Now I'm okay with rain because yeah, I can just use an umbrella or a raincoat and I can still do the trail. And I'm okay with wind because I can just put a windbreaker on and I can still go on the trail. But when it's raining and windy at the same time, that's just generally miserable. And I tend not to do trails when it's like that, so I'm gonna have to wait this one out. I am in Mount Carleton Park in New Brunswick. And yes, there are mountains in New Brunswick. As a matter of fact, this is part of the Appalachians, the northern part. And yes, I'm in northern New Brunswick. Beautiful area. I really hope to show you these mountains, but not right now. Rain and wind helps to clear the trees of loose debris and brings the nutrients and moisture back to the soil. The plants don't mind it, but the hikers do. So I made a short trip to a roadside trail at Williams Falls. Well, not a very productive day. It actually rained the entire day and was windy. So I didn't get much done at all except a little planning. And I'm planning on having a better day tomorrow. At dusk, the sky cleared and the moon shone over Nicktaw Lake. By morning, the fog quietly moved off the water, its veil slowly lifted to reveal a crisp new day. Beautiful day. Just what the doctor ordered. It's gonna be a good hike. A picturesque 15-minute drive leads to the Mount Carleton trailhead. Well, this is the trailhead. It's a little cool this morning. That's why I've got my jacket and my headband. I didn't bring an awful lot. It's not a long trek, but there is a lot of elevation. I do have my bear spray. I've got camera gear, and I've got my backpack with a first aid kit, food, water, the essential stuff. And I'm gonna take it easy. I wish I had hiking poles. I just forgot to bring them. It's not essential, but it does help a little bit. It keeps the pace going and it's good for your knees. but I'm just going to take it a little bit at a time. I'm in no hurry. I got all day, and it's a nice one.
I'm sure you've been told never drink the water, but moss-filtered springs I could never resist.
As expected, I was getting a little warm, so off came the jacket and the headband. Funny thing is, I've been hiking about an hour and a half, and I have yet to see Mount Carleton. I know it's around here somewhere. I think it's a case of, like you can't see the forest because of the trees. Well, you can't see the mountain because of the trees either. But it must be coming up shortly. Now, I haven't really decided what my favorite tree is. Sometimes I like maple, sometimes I like cedar, sometimes oak, but certainly the softest, the most cuddliest tree is birch. I mean, look at this. Look how soft it is. Don't you just want to cuddle it? Hey, I'm a tree hugger, and I'm proud.
A short time later, a notice read I'm only a kilometer away. But that good sign was followed by a bad one. Litter.
It's really annoying to pick up others' garbage, but somebody has to do it. Mango seltzer. You're real rugged, buddy. Well, finally, the trail at least is getting a bit more rugged. And yeah, it's a steep climb, slippery rocks. Be careful.
As the trees started to thin out, new vegetation appeared. These fuzzy little clouds are called star-tipped reindeer lichen, and are a common sight in northern boreal forests. Although they look like thorny cauliflower, they're actually as soft as fleece, gentle cotton puffs living in a harsh environment.
It's a lot more vertical now, but I can see things again. Oh, I can see the horizon. Finally. Means I'm almost at the top. Oh, yeah, a little out of breath. I'm an old guy. Oh, but look at the view.
It is definitely a spectacular viewpoint, but as I scanned the horizon, I noticed there was still a bump that was even higher. That's the fire tower, and I still had a little climbing to reach the peak. You'd think with all this beauty, people would be more environmentally conscious, but not all of them.
Seltzer guy, he's still a dweeb.
A short climb up one last ridge finally takes me to the trail's highest point. This fire tower has been out of commission for over 50 years, but has still been preserved as a favorite destination for upwardly mobile hikers. Hey, seltzer guy, did you see this sign?
Awesome. Well, anybody hoping for a view from the lookout is sadly mistaken. It's all just graffiti. Everybody had to claim their little spot. Teresa Barnard is stinky. But at least there is a picnic table. Out of the wind, out of the cold, you can take a break and read the graffiti. There's lots of it.
So this is the highest elevation in all of New Brunswick, 820 meters. It's pretty high. I mean, yeah, I know there's those from BC and the Yukon and Alaska that are going to brag about higher heights, but this is nice too. And I think New Brunswickers are pretty proud of it.
Lunchtime. If there's anything I miss about the West, it's certainly the mountains. However, I'm glad to find out they're in the Maritimes as well. Oh yeah. It is September. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities around here for taking your coat off and just soaking up the sun. Oh, and that air is so fresh.
What goes up must come down. And since it would be a couple of hours to descend, it was time to carry on. While taking in one last view from the top, I spotted another solitary soul who defined freedom at a much higher level. As a creature without wings, my feet will forever keep me grounded. While sunlight gives us vision, it also gives us shadows. These sun silhouettes are nature's still life paintings. But let's add a few reflections to the palette. And the soothing sound of spring water. Did I mention color? Fall is slowly arriving.
That was an excellent hike. Mount Carleton Trail. It was about 10 kilometers round trip, which is about 6 miles. There's a little bit of elevation, of course, but if you're used to hiking mountain trails, it was perfect. And it's been a long time. It's been at least 6 months since I've been on a mountain trail. So yeah, I really need that. Breathing that fresh air, it just makes you feel so refreshed. And it didn't hurt that afterwards I took a shower, not in the trailer. I actually went, there's hot showers at this campsite and I paid for them. So yeah, I'm going to use them. This is the Armstrong Campsite, which is in the park. And I don't mind these campsites. It's pretty good. There's enough space between them. And you can find places like this where, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lake in the background and I can, a little bit of a trail so I can go up to it. The water's amazingly warm for September. Must be beautiful in the summer. Next time, I'll bring a kayak. It's quite quiet. As far as price, let's say it's in the low end of the expensive. There's nothing cheap that I've found here in New Brunswick. It seems everything is a little higher price, but this one wasn't too bad. This is an unserviced site, but there are places where you can get water. And there's this fantastic store right across the water, and that's where I got this t-shirt, which is saying that I hiked Mount Carleton, and it's the highest summit in the Maritimes. And if you can't read it, it's because it's in French. And I'm not going to butcher my French by telling you what it says. This is the French part of New Brunswick. So a lot of the people will say bonjour instead of hello. I like it. I wish I could stay longer, but I think I'm going to leave in the morning. The weather has been up and down. It's perfect right now. And for September, it's an absolutely perfect day. But now I got to figure out what I'm going to eat.
When I was back on the trail, one thing certainly inspired my taste buds, and I just happened to have some in my fridge.
Well, because I'm in the French part of New Brunswick, I've got no choice but to put on the menu Chinese stir fry. Because I don't know any French dishes, and I just make a mess of them. If you know some, let me know. But what I've got for tonight is a carrot, some mushrooms, a little bit of garlic, some green onions, some snow peas or snap peas, whatever, a shallot. I've also got some udon noodles, and to make it authentically Chinese, some Italian veggie ground round. I don't know why it's round. I guess it's kind of round. It's going to go around when I'm stirring it. And I also have some vegetarian mushroom flavored stir fry sauce, which sounds perfect. Those are my basic ingredients. I just got to chop them up and get out the frying pan, wherever it may be. Here it is.
After cleaning and chopping, I heated a little oil. Mushrooms, onions, and carrots first. Next came the noodles. To soften, I added a little water. And finally, the green veggies, garlic, and veggie ground.
Well, there we go. A meal fit for a king. Or fit for a hungry hiker, at least. Hot. Edible. But I'm wondering if that mushroom stir-fry sauce has gone a little funny. Maybe it's supposed to taste that way. Bottoms up. Oh boy. Tummy full. After a big meal, a lot of the time I'll pull something out of this pocket just to finish it off. But tonight, I'm going to go with this. Water. Because I have not drank this thing of water all day, even though I've been up and down a mountain. I'm not drinking enough water, so it's time to rehydrate. And instead of driving off into the distance, how about I just end this video at the top of the world, or at least the top of New Brunswick. I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out my others as well.